Welcome back, Gameology viewers. I'm Ruairi Bell, or Rory as my friends call me, and I'm here reviewing Dirt Rally 2 today as a rally driving expert. I won the last round of the British Rally Championship in 2022, and I'm competing in European, British and a couple other championships in 2023. So, without further ado, let's get in to see what's real, what's fake, and what we're really just enjoying on Dirt Rally 2. A BMW M2, another rear-wheel drive car. Oh my god, I love this wide open tarmac. And I've just noticed that he's changed to a manual gearbox, and it's not a sequential gearbox, so he doesn't just pull back and push forward. Back to go up the gears, forward to go down the gears. I think it's now going to be an H pattern, so first, second, third. Now on these wide open roads, you can get so much speed up, because it is like a proper racing track. Look, he's all the way over the left, all the way over the right, or proper slide. This is absolutely flat out. In real life, if you touch that rock, there is absolutely no way this would have happened. If you did this in real life, that wheel would have disappeared off the side of the cliff, and that car would be in those trees. Look at that, that was a lovely drift. Oh, and another one. Oh, spoke too soon. That was another very close call. Okay, so let's see if these tyres last to the end of this stage. Once again now, it's sixth gear. Oh my god, I really would not like to be a passenger. Or rear wheels on the grass. Rear wheels on the grass normally mean no grip at all. That's where all your power is coming from, so if you get those wheels on the grass, it all goes wrong. Oh my. Speaking of, he's on the grass again. A little wheel on the inside, on the right there, just to keep everything working well. His lines are a little bit off around here. You know, you want to stay really, so we go right now, you want to stay really tight on the left. You don't want to be over, he's in the middle of the road right now. So we've compromised our speed into this right-hander by being literally slap bang in the middle of the road. If I did this in front of my coach and my team manager, I would be getting a slap on the wrist because they would not be very happy with me. However, again, maybe he's got some style points to go, maybe he's going for a donut, we're going to see. Staying in the middle of the road all the way around here, not really being tight on the inside, far out on the exit, but he's having fun. That's the most important thing. That's what rallying's all about, and he seems to be going still quite fast in the process, so it's all good. These are some of my favourite roads when I go rallying. I love the wide open, fast roads. Gives you a lot of confidence, even though you're going very, very fast. Normally, the fastest rallies in the world are like this. I do find that when I play dirt, you can't really drift it very nicely. You always have to chop and change. In real life, if you have your foot on the gas pedal, on the throttle, you can control the car and how much it's sliding through the pedal. But in dirt, I don't think you can do it with just a pedal. You have to do quite a bit of steering input, as I said before, in the gravel, but it's still fun. The amount of understeer we're getting into these corners implies that the tyres are a little bit dead, but it's not really the fronts that I would have thought would be dying first. It's more the rears. Anyway, here he is, across the line. There he goes, 17 seconds faster than anybody. 17 seconds. I'll be lucky if I get 2 or 3 seconds faster, but anyway, I might have to take some lessons or some notes out of his book. This is a Ford Fiesta Rally 2 or R5, and we're in Finland, it looks like. This guy looks like he's got proper fly-up handbrake. He's driving as if it's right-hand drive, but this car is left-hand drive. Let's see how this goes down. This, as I say, is a car. I have a Skoda Rally 2 car, and this is a competitor car, a Ford. Oh, that was handbrake. Oh, wow. Oh, he's got proper gear. Look, that's a proper sequential gearbox he has on the left-hand side. This guy is driving really, really aggressively, really well, using the road, taking very early lines into the corners, which is very good, and if there is no rocks on the inside, and if there is nothing to hit, but he seems to be doing it right. These Finnish forests are crazy quick, and I used to spend quite a lot of time on the stage actually. This is quite a famous corner, and there's a guy called Craig Breen that had a very big crash in the real life version of that corner. Oh my god, look at that side. Oh, here we go. This guy has done this before. Oh my god, he's really pushing it. This would be considered, to me and to my team, a little bit reckless driving. We are running very close to the edge, and disaster is close to striking, but on Dirt 2, on the internet, anything is possible. You could probably do 1,000,000 miles an hour if you tried. Look at that line. Oh my god, big jump. Now, if I remember rightly, this is like a, yeah, I always crash in that corner, end up hitting that tree. Even though I know it, even though I've gone around the corner about 1,000,000 times, still crash. If you take a line like this, look how tight he was. He's literally in the trees. If there's any tree on the outside of that corner, it's going to go to a disaster. So he knows, in real life, if this was a real stage and he was driving for real, you would have to be so crystal clear with your pace notes when you can attack that corner, how far you can be on the inside, and whether there is anything to hit. But obviously, he's done a lot of pace note practice and everything is fine. Also, now we've got a four-wheel drive car. Notice how much less steering input he's doing, because the car and the diffs is doing all the work for him. He doesn't have to do as much. And also, the suspension itself is a lot better than those rear-wheel drive cars. Ooh, another great line there. Wow, I mean, fantastic line. You could do that in real life, you'd be on for a world championship. Oh, no. Well saved there. That's something to be really careful of. When you take really big jumps, you have to ensure you're pointed where you want to go. When you land, if you're not pointed where you want to go, wherever you are pointing is where you're going to go. I am loving this stage in the four-wheel drive car. Look at the back and forward. It's much more enjoyable than the rear-wheel drive stuff, because there's some proper speed. And look at that, we're across the finish line. 25 seconds. Oh my god, I think you have to finish it there. I can't be seeing these 25 seconds faster. Demoralizing. It's hard to see a 25-second deficit. We got an Aston Martin. Oh, I love the sound of Astons, right? That start line is looking a little bit too glamorous compared to most of the rallies that I do. Although there's a lovely start board, which really should be there all the time. Normally, you spend most of the start lines without this big banner in front with a big Puma on it, and actually your co-driver just counting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on the stopwatch. But anyway, let's enjoy this glamorous start instead, and this very nice looking car. It's got a sequential gearbox, pulling the gears back, doesn't have to use a clutch, completely flat, doesn't even lift. This guy knows exactly what he's doing. We don't have any co-driver noise, but I'll be fine. Oh my, here we go. Oh my god, we're going to be in for a wild ride. I can see that already. That little jump we just saw on this left-hander coming up. As the car goes light, the car moves from the left side of the road all the way over to the right side of the road. And then he's pointing very straight towards the next corner for the right. So actually, we use that quite often to set ourselves up. The transfer of weight over the jump means he can keep the weight on the right hand side, so now when he's about to turn or want to go to the right, the weight will transfer over to the left quite aggressively, I'm hoping at least, and then I'll have a nice slide all the way around this right hander. Please don't prove me wrong here, I'm supposed to be an expert. These cars, especially the Astons, they don't have as good suspension and dampers as some of the, ironically, Ford Fiestas and Skodas of the rallying world, which are more rally cars. What you do find as well in these rear-wheel drive cars is you work quite a lot harder at the steering wheel. See, he's giving it a full turn, almost more than 180 degrees. If I am turning the steering wheel more than 180 degrees when I'm driving, it normally means there's a bit of a serious problem going on, resulting normally in a bit of a crash. But anyway, we're going to ignore that and focus on this driving right here. And it was very neat to that chicane that we missed, and now we're coming into some trees, a very fast section. And oh my god, I would not like to be his passenger, but he's keeping it very straight on the road, and he's using the bumps to just change the direction of the car rather than relying too much on the steering, which is actually, you know, exactly what you're supposed to do, and it's quite a skill to do that in real life. Wow, he's on absolute limiter, and he took that jump completely flat. Another one he's braking a little bit for, this left-hander just over the crest. As we go, what you find is you go over the crest, like that's a really good example. If you don't slow down for this left-hander that goes light over the crest, the problem is there's a speed approaching, it seems okay, but when you go over the crest or this sort of undulation in the ground, you're going to end up on a different side of the road. So if you haven't slowed down, once you've left the floor, you then don't really have much of an input or much of a say on what that car's going to do until it lands on the floor on the other side. So if you're not, in this particular scenario, very tight on the left hand side and a little bit slower than you would like to be for the angle of the corner, what's going to happen is you're going to land on the right and land in the trees rather than on the road. But He slows down enough. It was only a light lift off the floor, but he was okay. So proving that
I really don't need to say anything.
I assume that's kilometers an hour. So we're at 170 kilometers an hour. 170 miles an hour would be a little bit optimistic. He's lost a bit of momentum today. Oh, he had to shift down a gear, so he didn't quite get his line right. The bumps put him off, and those dampers maybe not doing too much for him. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah. Hey. Oh, he just kept hold of it. That was a good catch. We call it a catch when you lose the car and then you get back off it. We call it a catch. So, in most cases we don't have a clear sign of the road. We can take a lot of cuts, and sometimes flags or arrows are put in the cuts where we're allowed to dip a wheel in and take them. So sometimes if they're there, they are part of a bit of collateral damage, but not the end of the world. This is quite a nice stop line, Marshall, and that does happen in real life. We stop with the stop boards. I don't know what I would be doing. I'm just sort of chilling, waving to people. So yeah, I know it was a bad time. Well, don't shoot the messenger. Porsche 911. This is a street car. What a noise. I love these cars. Hopefully one day, if somebody's watching this video that owns one of these, please give me a call. I will only go in first gear. I'll probably do a lot of revving in first gear, but I will only be in first gear. So maximum like 20 mile an hour. Maybe second and third gear too. He dabs the brakes there on the rear-wheel drive car. A dab of the brakes wasn't necessarily to slow down, just to bring the weight a little bit over the front so he could turn in. Oh wow, I want a passenger ride with this guy. He knows what he's doing. I'm going to shut up because my voice is nowhere near the sound of that car. Look at those guys parked there. Car parked there, mate. Imagine going out with your kids for a day out. Oh, we're going to watch a rally car. What happened to our car, Dad? Well, I parked it in the wrong place. Somebody totaled it. That is very well held. Little lift to the throttle to get the car turned. Got a great line over the top. He touched the wall, but you know what? Give it to him. Careful on the brakes with all the slippy snow. I'm sure whenever I've driven that stage, I'm in those, whatever they were. I think it was like an electricity power unit. Could be dead in real life, but anyway, it's all good. It's all about him. I love the sound. Sequential gearbox, no clutch, rapid change gear. Look at that. Oh, fantastic. 31 seconds. You know I'm 31. You can have 41. That was spot on. Like that. Oh my god. We're in Monte Carlo. This is the sketchiest. Look at that drop off the side. And a rear-wheel drive. Was it a Camaro? I think it was a Camaro. Oh my god. Oh, he's proving not to be scared. Sideways action already. The problem with this is if you hit the throttle really hard on these damp bits underneath the trees, the rear of the car is just going to come round on you very, very easily. But he's again showing me that I think he's just about the drifting life, not really about the rallying life. Still fun. Still another fun one to watch. He's got some good lines. Oh, why did I say that? He almost hit the sign. Look how slippy that corner is. Only got about half throttle on, and I have just noticed at this stage, I don't know if he used it on the last stage, but he's using the clutch. And when I play this game and put the clutch in, I always miss shift. Like the clutch doesn't register as fast as I want to do. I'm just lightning, obviously, but actually I think in reality it just wants you to shift very, very slowly. Crunch against the wall. It was no way sitting on that car, but anyway, luck is on his side. So for me right now, I just go flat out. Look at the sliding there. The ice is deadly. How they put the ice in places and then tarmac, that is really cool. Not many racing games that I've seen has sort of a consistent differentiation. So, when it is icy, it's icy, and when it's grippy, and it does it very well. And these little spots where there's grip and ice, they do go to the trouble of making sure the grippy part is actually grippy and the icy part is actually icy and not just something for your eyes to look at. In theory, on this corner that we're coming up to now, the racing line is very tight here. It's the apex a little bit. Well, the apex is about there for me. I would try and get late apex because you want to try and carry the speed out the corner. But then what you'd be aiming for is the bank on the outside. But as there's so much ice there, you wouldn't actually take the racing line. Because if you touch that ice, you're going to slide, you're probably going to hit the bank. It's going to be a complete waste of time. If you stay on the inside, you're obviously getting much more traction. So although in theory, that is not the racing line, it's definitely going to be a quicker line. So we'll give him that. Should have been a good corner around there. when you're driving, when you're actually driving in real life, you don't notice it as much as when you're watching it on TV like this. So maybe it's just me being overcautious. Polo GTI. This car in real life is probably the fastest Rally 2 car. Best dampers, lots of development work, dampers being the suspension. A guy, he's got the sequential box on the same side. Is he using a metal bar? You know what? DIY, I love it. Save some money. Copy this guy, wherever he is. Hopefully we tag him in the description because I like that. I might even try and see if he can make me one. Oh, good lines over the top, missing all those bales. Now some fast gravel action. Oh, good line, love that. Could have used a bit more of the road, but anyway, and he sort of compromised, got a bit too tight on the inside of that one and then tightened up his exit, so he couldn't really carry the speed, but still good. That car just absorbs those bumps, no problems. Oh, well, braked into there. So when you stand on the brakes, you don't want to go back on the throttle, although it seems exciting that, you know, brakes and throttle and brake and throttle and the car's going crazy. You just want one simple brake. You get to the corner, you put the power on as you release some of the brake, and you go. Lovely turn in over there, turned it a little bit aggressive, lost some of the momentum, going a bit sideways, but it's all good. Nice, good line. Onto some tarmac. Ooh, neat to the bridge, watch out, pull wheel off very easily. Oh, here we go, Scandi. You get a bit excited when you go really sideways and you turn the steering wheel too much. Reaction is keep the wheel as straight as possible. You don't need to follow the car around. It's not going to spin on you, it's a four-wheel drive car. Oh, lucky. A little bit more speed and that would have been a big hit on the side of the car and maybe a roll, but he's got away with it. Flat to the finish. Oh, come on, be fine. If you crash it over the finish line, no one cares. Done it at that point. 17 seconds. Nice. Subaru IMPREZA STI, the classic. Back we go. Same stage. We've just done the stage a few times. Oh, well, here we go. Oh, and doing a fairly decent job. Oh, this guy is now, he's got another sequential gearbox, but actually he's using paddles to shift. So, flappy paddle rather than the gear stick. A little bit easier. I don't know which one I prefer. They both sort of do a similar thing. The flappy paddle is a little bit easier, theoretically faster, because you don't have to take your hands off the steering wheel. But it's sort of 6 of 1. You never really know. Oh my god. What we haven't really seen is a big crash so far. I'm slightly disappointed. If I don't do at least a 50G impact on a game of Dirt Rally, I wasn't trying hard enough. You don't always have the ability to reset in life. When you do, make sure you mean it. At least that's my opinion when I drive this game. I think other people would disagree with me. Oh, well stopped. That was lucky. What it does do there is over the ice, it's not picking up the wheel spin. It's not sort of over revving, because that's what it would do in real life. Oh, yep. It wouldn't just continue the revs normally. No, it would suddenly bounce. The rev limiter would probably be hit quite quickly because as it breaks traction, the wheels will spin up very fast. There we go, here we go. On the slick. Oh, look at him go. Nice. Based on previous stages, it's probably 95 seconds quicker. There we have it. We've had a full review of Dirt Rally. Every single car, four-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive. We've not done any front-wheel drive, but don't worry about that. We've got the serious stuff. Now, we're going to reconvene somewhere else. See you in a second.